Sabbath. Yeah. Blessing to God, man. Let's acknowledge him on this real true day. This is the day to acknowledge God on Saturday. Happy Sabbath. What's up to everybody, man? Nothing but love and respect. Hit the like button as y'all come in. Let's get it. If y'all haven't pre-ordered, man, y'all need to go pre-order. This is the thumb drive. They going quick. EASKI at Outlook.com. They going quick. Alpha Me, what's up with it? Dope Beat Dan, my brother. Alpha Me, Coheed Studio, what's up with it? Kimmy, what's up with it? What's good, my brother? What's good with my brothers, man? Salute, Dr. Indy. What's up, sir? Viral Beats, my brother, what's up? Born. Hip Hop, what's up with you? Pre-order done. That's what's up, brother. Rodriguez, what's good, bro? A Banks, what's up, fam? Salute. Happy Sabbath to my people, man. 14M, what's up with you, sir? Salute, peace and love, man. To everybody, blessings to everybody's family. Anybody that's going through whatever they're going through, blessings to your family, man. Y'all stay prayed up and stay blessed, man. Nothing but love, man. Viral Beats, what's up, man? I know you in that lab cooking, man. I know you cooking, sir. I know you cooking. Hey, you got them drums sounding good with the production, man. That sounds really good, brother. Really, really good. Really, really good. Definitely, man, you know what I'm saying? Definitely think about getting that thumb drive, bro. These drums, I got some acoustic drums, 64 acoustic drums, and some new samples. Great, my brother. You know I got to give a big shout out to my brother Obscure Street. Hey, you know what we working on, Obscure. You know what it is. Viral, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for being solid. DJ Chaos, what's up with it, bro? Salute, salute. Salute, salute. I want to talk about something too today, man. Carbon Vibes, what's up with y'all, man? I want to share something with y'all today, man, so y'all can really, really understand my mindset from a whole nother perspective. I'm gonna share something with y'all. You know what I mean? Definitely gonna share something with y'all. Just made 380 doing 2-hour ride. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, Dr. Indy. That's what's up. Yes, indeed. Blessings to everybody, man. Freeway, what up with it, fam? What's good, fam? All my people, man. Salute, man. Y'all hit the like button as y'all come in, man. I definitely want to share something with y'all, you know, because everybody's been asking me the same question over and over and over. And I understand, you know. It's a great question to ask me, I guess, because I've been talking about a lot of stuff with Akai and stuff like that. So I'm gonna share something with y'all. I'm gonna share something really, really with y'all, so you'll know how I feel about the stems. You know, because everybody keep asking me, you know, what's my thoughts about the stems, and I personally really don't have a thought about the stems, to be honest with you. Akai made it worse with stem separation. Sound like crap. Yeah, we gonna address this. We gonna really address this, man, because you know, to be honest with you, I'm so far removed from Akai right now, like far as anything they doing, until they really get their machines to sound incredible. Like you hear people now starting to talk about, oh, they got a new machine coming. That's cool. I mean, if it doesn't sound no better, it's not gonna matter. You're just buying the same machine over and over again. So if y'all happy with that, this is what I mean, man. When on this page, it's called the treadmill theory. You know, a lot of people that's trying to do music, they're very, very happy just getting gear after gear after gear, but the gear is not really helping them sonically. It's not helping them at all. And what's tending to happen is that we can have these conversations every day, but something new will come out and people will jump on that and they'll start being excited about it. And of course, you know, when you have all these content creators covering the same thing, it makes it seem like the product is way more powerful than what it is. You dig what I mean? AF Major Production, thank you, brother. Thank you. Blessings and solution, brother. The Vicky, dope interview, man. Learned a lot. Also figured out what talk what we talked about. Just wasn't taking my time. There you go. There you go, my brother. Salute to you. This is what I mean by what is the content creator's responsibility. You know, this is no, this is no, no shot to content creators. This is just my job. So, however people take this, they take it. This is not a shot to them. This is just me being responsible. If you have every last content creator covering the same topic, how do you think that's going to influence people to think? Right? If every content creator is on their page, new stems, Akai new stems, Akai new stems, then of course it's going to influence people for that to be they turn to, and that's going to be their priority. And I get it. That's marketing at its best. This is why Akai uses the content creators, because they have a value on YouTube. I'm not mad at that at all. Like I said again, even with the SE X when they dropped it, the problem is that a lot of y'all don't know the backstory, and that's when y'all get jacked up. It's not that everybody's going to promote it; it's that you don't know the backstory. Did you hear about the stems, creative tunes? This kind of what we're talking about. You know, nobody don't know the backstory of this. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about it through somebody else though. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about the stems through somebody else. So when somebody else says it, you'll be able to see how I think about it, because the people that think the way I think, these are people that really are trying to do music at a high level. They're not just trying to do music and they care about little software tools and stuff like that. They're thinking about sonic. I'm trying to teach y'all, in order for you to be great, you got to think about your sonics. These tools are just tools. You know, I mean, the stems has been done for a long time now. You done had stems out for almost over 4 years now. And now they drop these stems and they act like this is groundbreaking. And I'm just disappointed that people just get caught up in that. But I noticed the people that are caught up in it are the ones that's really just kind of entry level, just trying to wing it and find themselves. And that's fine. I understand. It probably is exciting to bring something to an MPC, but it's late. And this is the problem I have, is that Akai was supposed to be trend settings. They're trendsetters. They're supposed to be ahead of the curve. They've been the ones that's always been ahead of the curve. So to watch them do something that's already been done is just not, that's not exciting. Let's just say they don't do nothing with the converters. Let's don't even talk about the converters. Let's just say they came with something that was just super dope, a whole other feature that nobody had. That's groundbreaking. You come with something that nobody else have, that's groundbreaking. I mean, that's what I expect from Akai, to be ahead of the curve, because they always were. Marcus Garvey, what's good with you, bro? You know, they've always been ahead of the curve. So when I see stuff like this, and then I see all of these people, you know, rally around it, I just say these are the people that's influencing this type of stuff are the ones that is keeping y'all from really going to where y'all need to go. And that's just the reality, you know, because they have to do a better job talking about this stuff and then telling you, look, this has already been done. It's great to have it in there, but, you know, this is not going to make or break and take your production to another level. This is nothing that's groundbreaking. This is just a stem. They got it in FL. I mean, FL Studios had it in there before they did. That's crazy. So it's just weird, man. It's weird how people think about music, man. And they be comfortable. And then they sit around and say, man, nobody's checking for my music. Nobody's really paying. They're not paying attention to you because you follow frivolous stuff that means nothing. You're following stuff that don't mean anything, man. Am I mad at the stems? Not at all. It's okay to have stems. It's okay for stuff to break out and stuff like that. But I had a conversation with y'all last night, like, real stems, you should really be trying to get somebody to replay stuff so you can have real separation for your sonics, because having artifacts in your music That's not dope. I mean, it is a tool and you can make it work, but now you have to learn how to mix. You have to sonically know how to EQ and dial stuff in and really make stuff be what it's going to be. So that's even more why you have to have great converters and great stuff. That's even more of a reason for why you need to have great converters and sounds and stuff like that sonically to make those type of tools make sense. That makes no sense to have bad sonics and then you get stuff that have artifacts in it and then you smiling, oh, stems. It's like, what sense do that make? It's an oxymoron. It just goes against all the principles of trying to sound elite. Nobody want to have that conversation though, because it's easy to have a conversation about stems to the ones that just want to really do what they want to do. They just want to have fun. Now, if this is towards the one people that just want to have fun making music, then this is not towards you. But to the ones that's serious about their craft, you should be thinking a little bit different about this. You should be thinking a little bit different about this. And I'm just being honest with y'all, man. That type of thinking shows me what you think about your music and how you really feel about the tools that they give you. That proves that Akai is moving to software business away from professional audio. That's exactly my point, Obscure Street. They are a hardware company, man. I want y'all to be clear with what I'm saying. And I told Bolo this a while ago, and he mentioned it a little bit. I said, listen, if they were a software-based company like Native Instruments, I would have nothing to say. I would have nothing to say at all. You're a software company. You're supposed to do software, right? You're supposed to do software. People ask me my thought about Machine. I love Machine, but I love Machine for a different reason. They're a software company that's trying to make hardware. So it makes sense. If they don't have the right converters and they stuff, it makes sense because they're a software company trying to improve on making hardware. Well, Akai is a hardware company trying to make software, but they're not a software company. So they're not even good at really making great software. You understand what I'm saying? They are a supreme, or should be a supreme hardware company. So when they make gear, you look at them like, man, Akai is coming. Woo, they're going to make something that sounds amazing. And then they don't. And then they start selling you softwares and plugins, and you start saying, that's not what y'all great at. Y'all not great at software. Y'all great at hardware. Or y'all should be great at hardware. You're probably not now because y'all got a whole new team in there that just, they don't focus on hardware like they used to, but that's my point. Then change the MPC name. Just change the name. Just call it CPM. Because if we ain't going to get the real MPCs no more, then just call it CPM. And then we can move on and say, okay, they've changed from the MPC brand and they've moved on and they own to something else. And I'll understand it. I'll have no more to say. But you keep saying the MPC and the legendary MPC, but it's not legendary no more, man. It's not legendary no more. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. And y'all need to really understand this. Y'all really need to understand Akai is a hardware company. That's what they were great at doing. That is where their legacy come from. This is where the whole Roger Lynn come from. This is where the legacy come from. That's their bloodline. Their bloodline is strong hardware gear. That is their bloodline. Their bloodline is not software, man. It's not. It's not software. But I understand the greed because everything is software. The new generation, there's more people on computers, this and that. So they got to figure, I got to tap into the software now, which makes sense. But you keep selling this hardware that's not elite hardware and then adding software to it. There's still people that's out there that want great gear. Ski, I saw an MPC Keys 61 for $600. It makes total sense. I keep telling y'all the same thing. None of these product is going to go up in value because it's very, very whack product, man. I'm being totally honest. Is the workflow dope? The workflow is amazing. Akai workflow is amazing. I'm going to put that on the record. Akai is whack on promoting new machines. Almighty EASKI promoted and showed the specs and power of the SP1200 SC and sold all 50 by far. Akai newer machines is just not it when it comes to sound. Norman, man, if I missed your super chat, man, I apologize, bro. Thank you, bro. If I missed you, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. I was just definitely just trying to tell you my views without it coming off like I'm trying to hate. I'm not trying to hate, bro. That's one thing I would never do. That's one thing I would never do. If the software is there and the stems is in my machine, cool. But that's nothing to really, that's nothing to, I mean, it's been done. It's been done. I mean, maybe y'all don't hold Akai at a certain standard, but I do. I hold them at a certain standard. I hold all of these companies at a certain standard based upon what I know they could do. You dig what I'm saying? Think about this, y'all. If y'all got a friend and you hold them at a certain standard, and this is your homie, or let's just say your woman, let's just say your girlfriend or your wife, and then they do something that you just don't expect them to do, and you're like, damn, I didn't expect that from you. That's disappointing. That's disappointing, man. It is very disappointing to know that you hold people at a high standard and the bar goes from here to here. I mean, it would be the same with me. If y'all a fan of my music right now, everybody know what EASKI can do. And I've had the bar here. And all of a sudden I start dropping the bar all the way down here. How much of a fan can you be? The only thing you would say, man, Ski used to be. Ski used to be. Ski used to be. Ski used to be. That's the conversation I'm having with Akai. It's like, y'all used to be. Y'all not doing the things y'all supposed to do now. I don't care about software. You're not a software company, man. Y'all a hardware company. Y'all have a lot of bugs in y'all stuff and stuff like that. Y'all don't make better software than Native Instruments. So, but I understand. Y'all incorporated. Y'all growing in the software department. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nobody's taking the software movement away from them. What I'm saying, though, is if you're a hardware company and you've been known for being a hardware company, and now you're trying to introduce software, but you're compensating the hardware that everybody grew up on and loved, that's a problem. Because you have changed your foundation. Your foundation is hardware. And now you're selling hardware at a high price and giving us bad hardware with all of this other software implements and compensating and trying to trick us into believing that this is still the same hardware we used to love. And this is what I mean by being deceived. You're a hardware company, man. That's fine. You can add your software, but keep your hardware at a high level. Keep it at a high level. And nobody want to address the elephant in the room. Everybody want to act like what I'm saying. It's like, oh man, Ski just, you know, he's still talking. Somebody posted, somebody left me a post talking about, man, you still talking about the converters, man, you know, these stems, and they trying to justify the stems. And I'm like, and I let them talk. I let people talk, for they know not what they do. For people know not what they do. And this is why you can't educate. And this is why a lot of people and a lot of my elite friends will never get on these platforms and talk to y'all like that, unless it's coming through me or somebody credible. They're not going to want to sit and talk to y'all about stuff that, I mean, this just makes no sense. You know, they don't want to be pegged at being a hater. Like, even I was listening to Primo, and he said, man, you know, I'm used to doing it like this. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm not trying to hate on nobody, you know, that do it their way. He's trying to be diplomatic so he don't seem like he's an old head hating. But see, once again, that's what they trick you to do. They trick you into, when you have something to say that's truthful, then they'll flip it around and say, oh, you hating and you the old head and you boom. It's like, no, bro, you can't get that off of me. You can call me whatever you want to call me. The truth is the truth, man. And people don't want to accept the truth. And then people got to accept the fact that I'm not a content creator, bro. I do music. I'm here to inspire cats that want to do music to be great. And if you want to be great, you got to pay attention. So somebody sent me something. This is exactly how I feel. Without me saying anything, somebody sent this to me in my DM. I looked at it. I said, you're 2,000% correct. This is the first person I've seen that said it 2,000% the way I would say it and how I feel. So just so you can know that there's other people that really do music that feel a certain way, I want to show y'all. I want to share this with y'all. All right. So join the ride. It's probably like 5 minutes, and you can see how I really feel about this. All right. So check this out.
So what's going on, good people? I know you all have heard by now that Akai has just dropped the STEM features. It's not an official release date yet. You have to sign up for an email, and then they'll let you know. Some of your influencers and people, they already have like copies of it, and you can go to their channels and see what they doing with the program or whatever. I seen a couple videos today. It's pretty dope. But I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, because I know you guys always ask in the comments my personal opinion, my workflow. But I've been on the STEM feature since Serato Studio. If you go back and look at the channels, I got a couple videos where I was actually making tracks with Serato. And I had been just basically using Serato's STEM feature and just recording the audio into my MPC 3000. Because I haven't been using like the newer machines like my Live or my MPC X. I've been using the MPC keys, but I've been just basically using that like as a sound module and not a sampler or what have you. Because at the end of the day, the reason why I transitioned to the 3000 was because with all these new MPCs or what have you, the sound sounds very light. Like it didn't give me that same harsh, thick analog feel that I got from when I had a 2000. So I switched to the 3000, and now because I audio dump my drums and my samples, with a MIDI cable, so I'm running the audio from the MPC to a board, to an interface, and then to the computer. So my drums and kicks and stuff, it already has body and weight to it. So I'm not even having to put compressors and limiters on things because it's already giving me that grit, that weight. So I'm really not too pressed on using the newer machines. Like I got them, it's cool, but people use MPCs for the sequencer and the sound. And if you want that original, hard, thick, full sound, then you got to get an older machine. And like I said, the STEM feature is cool, like being able to take like drums and breaks and stuff like that. And like I say, I use stems. I just use, Serato stems to be able to, record that stuff in. So if I want a James Brown drum loop or a Marvin Gaye drum loop, I can do that. But I just want people to know, yeah, they got a stem feature, it's cool, but you're not going to get the sonics. That machine is not going to hit harder. It's not going to do nothing like that. You're just able to, chop up and split up a sample or what have you. And that's just, that's my take on it. But like I said, I'll probably download it and put it on the keyboard or something like that. But I'm just so used to using the stems and then just recording the sound right here into this 3000 and chopping it up because I know this 3000 is going to give me that body, that weight. And the X, like I said, the X is cool. The Live is cool, but it's not going to give me that. And I'm giving you guys my honest opinion because I got all the products. And, I can really give you my honest opinion. And then, you guys see when I make these videos, I use all these machines, man. But I'm still stuck on this 3000, and I'm probably gonna be stuck on this 3000 because if you know anything about MPCs, this 3000 is like the holy grail of MPCs or what have you. But I'm glad that Akai, did the STEM feature because I was really trying to see how they was gonna keep up. Because I think FL Studio has stems, Serato has stems, and then you got all these third party, plugins that's able to do STEM features. So I knew it was just an amount of time before they, came up with it. But it looked cool. It looked dope. You know, if you guys are interested, you know, still, you know, give it a try. Cause like I always say, my workflow and what I do works for me. You know, it might not work for you, you know, or what have you. And that's cool too. But I just know like I'm just real big on the sonics, like the way stuff sound, like that warm presence, that body, or what have you. And the newer machines, honestly, you guys, they just don't give you that. The best thing I can tell you guys do is see if you can find an older MPC or what have you and compare. And then, you know, see where that takes you or what have you. But yeah, Akai just dropped the stem features. Y'all go pick that up, you know what I'm saying? Give it a try. And I'm gonna catch y'all next time.
Now, I don't know that guy at all, but I don't have to know him to know that he's serious about his music. I do not know him at all. I literally I don't know him at all. At all. I do not know him at all. But what I do know from what he just said is that he is serious about his music. And one of the key things that he said is that I care about my sonics. That's the key thing he say. I care about my sonics. Anybody that talks to you like that, anybody, I don't care, any content creator, any mentor, any producer, any beat maker, anybody that talks to you and tell you they care about their sonics, you should start listening to them. They should become your mentors. Because he is 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000% correct. Correct. And that came across my desk. I didn't try to find that. Somebody sent it to me and say, Ski, this is exactly what you be saying. There's people out there that say what I say. It's just the ones that say what I say, they're on a whole nother level with their music. They think way more deeper than the average people that's just trying to do music. See, this is what I was saying last year. There's people that's just doing music because they just happy to do it, so they do whatever. And then there's people that do music, live off music, really prosper from music. They're going to talk to you differently. They're going to be very candid, and they're going to be very strong on what they're saying. And this is why you can't follow everybody. You can't just turn on YouTube and just look and just be like, oh yeah, well, he said that. It's like they're saying it from a whole different perspective. They're not saying it from a perspective of really, really trying to improve your sonics. Your sonics is your nucleus to being in this business. Your sonics is the same reason why y'all tuned in to see DJ Premier. You like the way he got his sonics and his drums and how it sound. Same reason why you would listen to KLC, the way it sound. Focus, the way it sound. Pete Rock, the way it sound. So if you're getting away from that and you're not understanding that, is it anything wrong with stems? There's nothing wrong with stems. But it's nothing to jump up and down about, man. Because it has artifacts. And now, being that it has the artifacts and it's not a really clean stem separation, you still gonna have to figure out how to mix. You still gonna have to figure out how to add EQ. You still gonna have to have the right type of processing power to make that sound away. So that goes right back to converters. Again, whether y'all like it or not. So people are like, man, you still talking about converters? Everything that you use to make your stuff sound good to mix has converters or should have converters. Unless you just using just straight up digital stuff, then you're just dealing with zeros and ones. You know? So that's my opinion, man, on that. You know, he said it correctly. He said it 200,000% correct. Correct. So that's how I feel. So I just want y'all to know that's exactly the truth. And y'all should really pay attention to that guy. I don't know him. Salute to him. You know what I'm saying? King Music, I think it's _ King Music on IG. That's factual. That's factual what he said. And hopefully that answers y'all question about how I feel about that. I feel exactly how he feel. That's why they don't market high market interface to us at places like now. That's interesting. Interesting. Big Chief Prince Vicious, that's my bro. He's cool as hell. Man, no, he seemed cool, man. But you know what, bro? More than him seeming cool, you could tell he knows his music. He's serious about his music. You could tell he's serious about his music. Just by what he said. He said, nah, man, I'm running my stuff through something that sounds big, that gives me sonics. When I hear a person say sonics, I'm listening. Once I hear anybody have a conversation, they start saying, man, I need my stuff to sound a certain way, I'm listening to them. Instantly. I'm instantly listening. When they start talking about sound and sonics, I'm listening to them. Because that's the key to your music, man. People can deny it all they want to. That's fine. You're going to have a bunch of people that deny it. But the truth is your sonics is what makes your music sound amazing. Rec, what's up, converters all day, boy? Yeah, Rec, you know. With that Triton, getting that new Triton board. You know what it is. Saving my money for some outboard gear. Thank you for educating us, OG. Thank you, brother. Thank you. The album is totally worth it. You won't be disappointed. What album, hip hop? Which album you talking about? Did I miss something? Did I miss you saying something? Yeah, he is a humble brother. He helped me out before. Now, you could tell he's a humble brother. People that talk the way he just talked, and y'all tell him I'm give big shout out to him. People that talk like that, that's not scared to say the stuff that might hurt people's feelings. Because y'all got to remember, this is not us trying to go out and hurt nobody's feelings. This is not us trying to go out and trying to downplay nobody's stuff. This is just us telling people how you grow with your music. And you have to know all the little nuances if you want to be dope with your music. People are bypassing sound just for workflow, and then they wondering why they're not going further in their career. You can't bypass sound. The sonics, the warmth, the depth of it. You can't. You can't. No matter how you try to do it, it's gonna still come back down to people saying that's cool, but it just don't sound that big. It just don't sound good enough. And that's just a really reality conversation that people gonna have to have with themselves. That's just the reality, man. Akai doesn't call the MPC keys 61 a keyboard. What does that tell you? That's interesting. That's an interesting one. Vicky was talking about 5 albums left, and I co-side saying, oh, thank you, hip hop. I appreciate you. I missed it as I was talking, so I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. So 100 people complain about splice, but praise crappy stems. Yeah, that's how it is, man. That's how it is, bro. That's how it is. You know, it reminds me of the conversation of, you know what it reminds me of? It's like, you know how women say they're looking for a good man, but then they go out and find all the dudes that just flossing money and, narcissistic. And then they go after those guys and then they wonder why they get treated bad. It's like y'all are going for people that don't care about you. They don't care about you. They'll sell you anything. You know what I mean? And then when you get treated bad, and then I got a homeboy that had to take his MPC Live in 3 times because the batteries went bad, just went out. Had to buy 3 MPC Lives. You think I'm gonna go out here and buy 3 MPC Lives because each battery go bad? There's no way. There's no way that's gonna happen. There's no way that's gonna happen. It's like, man, I just be telling people, man, we all got choices to make, and we all got personality, and we all have our own thoughts of what we need to do. I'm just a messenger, man. Like I said again, you don't have to agree with my message. You can keep doing what you're doing. If that works for you, God bless you, man. Because like I said, I don't lose no sleep if people don't want to pay attention. It's not going to affect me. But my job is to still try to encourage people to think about how they can get out of that treadmill theory. Because people are on a treadmill thinking they're going places and they just still on the treadmill. It's 2024 and people are still thinking about stuff that makes no sense. Who cares about stems? It's 2024, man. Stems has been done. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, but I get why y'all get it. The MPC Live is a great for finger drumming practice. Yes, it is. It's great for traveling too. I think the Live is the best product they got because you can travel with it. You know, you got the speaker on it. You know, there's things that you can do with it that you know that makes sense as far as just traveling stuff. Maximus, what's up with you, my brother? Salute. Ski, is there a single piece of equipment you advise to use with the MPC to beef up the sound? Like if you all had if you had um like I said again, when you have an MPC, it is what it is. It's gonna do what it's do. I think having some great pre's and having just some little side pieces that can make it sound a little bit more hitting it with a cool pre. I have pre's here. Just little side stuff. You don't really need a lot. You don't really need a lot, but you need something to keep it from being so thin because like old boy said, it's like it's thin. It's very thin, man. It's a thin sounding machine, but people don't use their ears no more. So they think because you turn it up loud in the studio and it sounds louder, they think it sounds big, and it's not big, it's just loud and thin. So yeah, man, maybe just having some preamps and little side stuff, to boost it up, to give it a little bit more kick. Akai won't even put a decent meter in the MPC. Akai professional, my eyes. I'm striving to sound like the records they trying to sample and get stems from. Right. Man, like I said again, man, it's y'all choices, man, Maybe some preamps within Logic, you know. Nah, I wouldn't say that. I would say, man, turn to maybe some of the 500 series, man. The 500 series are really, really dope. You need nothing but a good 500 series that can add a little weight to it, and you'll be good. You'll be good. Because like I said, as much as I talk about the converters are not strong, all you need is a little something, a cool little a cool little, saying, some EQ stuff that could really boost it, because it's a thin sounding thing. They don't focus on the converters like they used to. So just give you a little bit extra punch. Like I have an X. If I'm working on it, I got it going through my pre's. I got it going through maybe my tape saturation to get a little bit more saturation. Like I do little stuff to make it sound better than what it is. So it's just little stuff that it needs. I mean, it could be it could be it. All they got to do is work on their converters and they'll be fine. That's all they need to do. They'll be fine because they got everything else. They got all the workflow stuff. That's all they need to do. But they refuse to do it, and they keep on selling this high-end gear. It's like if you're gonna sell the X and the SC, if you're gonna sell it for $1,000, then cool. But you start selling for close to $3,000, it's like nah, that's too much to not have converters. This wouldn't even be a conversation if they were selling it for 1,000, 1,200. It's like, okay, cool, that makes sense. To not have good converters in it, that's cool. You got the workflow, that's great. But when you start selling for $3,000 with no converter, I just don't. That just makes no sense. I don't have a machine that costs over $2,000 that don't sound amazing. I don't. Besides the X, just be honest. Content creators are like car salesmen today, selling you a Ford and tomorrow Toyota and saying the same catch. That's exactly right. Exactly right, Obscure. Exactly right. I really don't forward the workflow, so would probably just sell. I mess with Logic though. I love Logic though. I like Logic definitely for arranging. Like, I like Logic for sequencing and arranging and stuff. Logic is dope for that. But even with Logic, Logic is thin sounding. So you have to process stuff in there that sounds good so you can capture your audio sounding really thick. So I don't just record stuff. I mean, I don't just make stuff in Logic. I track stuff. I use Logic as a tape machine to process the stuff, because one thing it's going to do is going to be transparent and capture what I need. So when I capture my signal, my good analog signal in there, then I can use it and start working in there, because now it's got the signal the way I like it. A good start for money strapped music creators is the art preamps and compressors. I copped the Neve tape emulator. Sounds crazy. Yeah, that tape emulator is crazy, man. Ski, is there a sonic difference between the white MPC 4000 versus the blue? I think so, man. I really do think so. I didn't want to think that, but I think the white one sounds a little bit more grittier to me. You know, that's my personal opinion, and I got both of them. I think the white one, I think because that was the first one made, the first original MPC 4000, they made a second batch. I think they kind of changed a little bit of converters. They still strong, but I think the white one has a little bit more. That's my personal opinion, though. You know, a lot of people might not be able to tell the difference, but I think the white one has a little bit more edge to it. To me, for me to buy MPC SE would be disrespectful when you were selling the SE SB 1200. I mean, listen, man, everybody has a choice to buy what they want to buy, and I understand that. I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm just telling you, whatever you buy and whatever you get, you got to know the pros and cons of everything. That's all. And if you're trying to make great music sound good, you need to know how you're going to make whatever tool you use sound good. You know, even when you have an SP 1200 SE or whatever, you know, it's a good sounding machine, but how can you make it sound that much better? You know, are you going to run it through, you know, saying through some tape saturation? Are you going to run it through a pre? You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds good like that, but shoot, I still take my SP 1200 and run it and use a little bit of pre and touch a little pre and give it a little bit of character to it. It's like everything you use, you want to take it a step up. Now, if it's already not sounding that good, then you really gonna have to take it a step up because it's already not sounding that good. So you got to think about, if you got something that sounds good, then it can sound better. If you got something that sounds bad, then you can only try to make it sound better than what it was. When you have to make something sound better than what it was, you're going in a bad direction. Because now I have to take some, you know, let's just say some shit and put some pepper and some salt and some, you know, hot sauce and some ketchup on it. It's not that good, but it tastes better than it just being plain shit. You know, saying you're masking it. You know, you're trying to make it sound better than what it was. When you have something that sounds already good and you put salt and pepper, it's just going to enhance it and make it go to the next level. We should be trying to have stuff that sounds good. Your source should always sound good. That's the key to anything. You have a great source, all you can do is get better. You have a whack source and a weak source, then you're just going to compensate just to make it, you know the saying, when people eat people's food, they start throwing hella salt on there and hella pepper because it's so bland, like, ugh, just to try to make it taste a little better than what it is. Well, that's the same thing you do with your music. When you have a bad source and the stuff is not as good as it should be, then you're just trying to compensate to make it sound better than what it was, and you're going in a bad direction if you have to do that, because it already wasn't that good. Dan Zan, what's up with it, homie? So, you know, I'm a firm believer, man. Start off good. Don't start off bad and make up. Start off good and add. You feel what I'm saying? Start off good and add to the greatness. Don't start off bad and try to just cover stuff up, because you're just gonna hit it. You're gonna hit a dead end at some point in time. I show my workflow a lot, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I can't show it all the time because I'm too busy. You know what I mean? But I show a lot of workflow. I've done a live where I've showed y'all how I've chopped samples up in the X and sent it right to the SB 1200. I show a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm not here to show my workflow and stuff all day long. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here to do that. I show it when it's convenient and when it makes sense for me to do it, or if I have the time to do it. You know, I have no problem showing. But I talk about it a lot, and I'll show it here and there, and I'll play songs on here, and I'll play stuff, and I'll let y'all hear the sonic dynamics. I do a lot of stuff for y'all that I really shouldn't do, but I do it. I do it because I want to be transparent on how you go about getting your stuff to sound amazing. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all hit that like button for me, y'all. We in 64 in here and 110 in there, man. So I just want y'all to be aware of everything glitters is not gold. Everything you see, you know, of course, you know, you're going to, like, this reminds me, the STEM stuff reminds me of the SE again. The content creators, they flood the page. So that's going to be a topic. But it's really not nothing to talk about. It's really not, it's not nothing that serious. But they make it seem serious when you turn on the page, you see everybody holding the boxes. Then it looked like, ooh, this is an event. That's what that, Akai understood that. They understood when they started bringing on the content creators to endorse their stuff, they knew exactly what they were going to do. All I got to do is get all of these guys to be all of these puppets for us. And all we going to do now is we going to ride the wave. Because even if people don't believe, they're going to see it so much that they're going to still believe. It's great. I mean, it's genius. It's actually genius. I give them credit for that. That's genius. Just get all, put all your people in position and they all pose like this. And it creates a domino effect. One thing companies know now, you could talk good about it or you could talk bad about it. It doesn't matter. It's not going to matter because the ones that's already insecure is going to roll with it. They're going to roll with it because they're not in a position anyway, so they don't have nothing to lose, so they don't have to listen to what makes sense because they're not doing nothing anyway. So they don't care if they grow or not because they're not in a mental position to listen and get information. They just want to ride with what looks a certain way. See, a lot of people that do music are looking at music, looking at what people do. They don't have no discernment on what they should do. You dig what I'm saying? And this is why I tell you, you got to choose the right type of friends and people you're around, because if your favorite content creator they all could just line up and do a whole thing, then you become programming and believing this is the way. That makes total sense. It's no different in radio. Come on, y'all. If y'all listen to radio and you listen to all these bad songs they play on radio, eventually you're going to be like, oh, that's not bad. I kind of like that song. No, you don't like that song. You've just heard it so much. Every time you get in your car, you hear it. You get back in your car, you hear it. You go to the Foot Locker, they playing it in there. You can't get away from this song. Of course you're going to like it. Why wouldn't you? But the real question is it really good? Is it really good? Is it really good? Or have you just become normalized and say, well, I can't get away from it? Yeah, that's not bad. That's programming at its best. That's at its best. And this is why the 1%ers that run the world can program us to take COVID shots. They can program us to believe in whatever they want us to believe in because they have the money and they have these juggernauts and they have these people in position to program us to think a certain way. And this is why God was saying, listen, if you don't make me first, you won't be able to think straight. And now every time somebody tell you the truth, you'll think they're a hater. You'll think they're talking bad. You'll think that they're just being bitter. You'll think all these things about the messenger. The messenger now becomes the enemy when he's actually the person that helped lift you. But because you're so deceived by the world and you don't pray and you don't have discernment, you're never going to be able to hear the truth. You'll never, ever hear the truth. Do me a favor, Vic. Son, old man, gotta go. Get him out of here. Bro, you don't get on my page to talk crazy, man. You gotta go. You don't tell me what to do. You don't ever tell me what to do, bro. Ever in your life. Ever. See, this is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? People want you to show them stuff. This is what I'm saying. These cats are so weak, they don't know how to do their own stuff. They need me to show them how to do something they need to know, they should know how to do. If you say you do music, you shouldn't have to be seeing nothing. You should be knowing how to do what you need to do. You dig what I'm saying? You need to know how to do what you need to do. And then when you talk to somebody like me, you start listening and you start getting the information and you start applying it. I'm not your puppet. I'm not here to show you nothing. I don't have to get in here and start showing you, oh, let me show you this, that. No, bro. I ain't got to do none of that. And I'm not going to do that. You out your mind. You are out your mind. You talking to the wrong person, homie. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that here. I ain't here. I'm not your puppet. I'm not your slave. And ain't nobody going to make me change my thoughts if they hate or they mad. I don't care if they mad. I'm easily accessible. Any cat could get on the phone, DM me, or do a consultation and talk to me about my views or what I'm thinking. I'm one of them rare people. But you're not going to say what you want to say, bro. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me how to do it. And you ain't going to tell me what I should do. So man, y'all better check my background, man. Y'all better understand, man, I'm not that guy, bro. I'm a really, really good guy, but I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. Understand me. I'm not that guy. So y'all understand, you come on here, man, you understand I'm teaching, man. Don't be playing, because I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing at all, man. I'm not for no games. I'm not for none of that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know what I'm saying? You know, and like I said, I let people say a lot of stuff on here. But when you start telling the person, hey, well, you know, you need to, man, bro, who are you talking to, bro? Who are you talking to? Who do you think I am, man? Who do you think you're talking to? You know, that's what I'm saying, man. The internet makes people feel like they can say whatever they want to say. That's cool. Half the people that leave comments, they don't even have no videos. They don't have no likes. They don't have nothing. They just got a page to troll and say whatever they want to say. And this is why none of my friends and none of my lead people will ever do what I'm doing on here. They'll never want to do this because people are hard-headed. People are stubborn. People are in their own ways. And all they want to do is what they want to do. And then they cry out and be the victim. My music ain't selling. Nobody want to hear you because you don't want to hear yourself. So, you know, that's where we at with it, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, man, knowledge is power, man. We all in here trying to make beats. But if you're not getting the knowledge, your beats ain't going to be that dope. Because before I ever made beats, I had to sit down and listen to my mentors. I had to listen to my brother Joe Capers, rest in peace. He was blind. Tell me about sound. Before I ever made a beat, before I ever went in the studio and tracked, he was talking to me about information. Then once he talked to me about information, then we started applying it. Even in martial arts. My instructor would have a whole class and we wouldn't do a kick or a punch. He would just talk to us. Because if your mind ain't right, then you're trash. It don't matter what you do in life. If your mind ain't right, you trash. It don't matter what you do. Ain't no machine in the world gonna make you dope if your mind ain't right and you don't get this information, man. Gotta get the information. And I don't care what anybody tell you. They could tell you anything different, then you need to follow them. Then this ain't the page to follow. This is not the page to follow. I don't care what anybody say. If they can prove they got sonic sound, they stuff sounds sonically good, and they can prove that, then I'll listen to you. But until then, nah, man. Nah, man. These people are excited about stems are the people who don't know how to sample. Facts. A lot of that. Sad part about today is most people don't care about the sound. They just care about what's the quickest way to get something done. That's my conversation, Tariq. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. People just want to make music. And then they wonder why you streaming. That's why you streaming. Because you just want to make music. Who want to pay for your music if you just don't care about it like that? Nobody. Nobody want to care about going and purchase somebody's music if you just doing whatever. That ain't dope. There's nothing dope about just doing whatever, man. Ever. Just going through the motion and just doing stuff, that's not dope. You know, the people that get cut off teams are the ones that can't wait until the ones that go to practice and like, man, I can't wait until practice is over. Or the ones that never really make the team. They wind up being on the second string or third string, or wind up getting cut off the team. Because they don't want to do the things that's going to make them elite. They just want to get done, you know, shoot, do this, do that, and then they want to go home and do what they want to do. And then they're ready to go to the club and go party. One thing I'm confident with is sampling in general. Never use a specific stem. Understood. Going through an average 4-track mixer and Behringer Sonic Maximus. So it can go a long way on the cheap to making these new MPCs sound warmer. It costs another $200. Understood. SB. We got a man with real accolades speaking for us right now. Viewers, please make his voice bigger. If you care about this, just hit the like button at least, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Definitely, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said again, you know, I'm going to be a problem to anybody that's trying to be in cruise control. I'm going to say this again. I'm only a problem to the people that have agendas. If you don't have an agenda, then my message will not affect you. Listen again what I'm saying. I'm only a problem to the people that have an agenda. If you don't have an agenda and you sincere on what you stand on, then we gonna be fine. We can agree to disagree. But if you have an agenda and your agenda is to program people and to program the blind and mislead the blind for your financial growth, for your views, for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your comments, for you to monetize your page because that's how you make your living off of programming the weak and the blind, then I am going to be a problem to you because you don't have the same purpose I have. Your purpose is to control people that's weak-minded and sell them anything. And you're in line with these companies that's selling us trash. And so you're going to just keep on just posting stuff up there and programming the weak people and not going to teach them on the pros and cons on what they're getting themselves in. And that's wrong and it's wicked. It's wicked. It's wicked. So you're going to always have a problem with me because you have an agenda and I don't have my agenda. My agenda is to program the people that want to be great and to get them to understand the sound and get them to understand on how you really need to do it to become somebody of relevance so people can take your sound and be serious about what you're trying to put out. That's my agenda. My agenda is not to be every time somebody drop a new product. That ain't my agenda. I don't care about that. I don't care what they drop. It doesn't matter. If it's good, I'm going to talk about it. Hey, man, hey, I like what they just dropped. I like this. This is kind of dope. And I'll share it with you. But I don't have a motive to go out here and do like, dude, I don't care, bro. I don't care about none of that stuff. I care about the culture. See, the difference between me and a lot of these other people is that I am the culture. I am music. I didn't do content creator because I still do music. That's why I'm not a content creator. That's why I just do lives and call it a day. Every now and then I'll post something on YouTube, call it a day. You dig what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, you just got to know who your mentors are. Nothing wrong with content creators. There's some good ones out there. There's some great content creators out there. Not all content creators are the same. So I want to put that on the record. There's some great content creators that's going to keep it 100, that's going to have integrity, they're going to say the right thing, and then you have some that just have an agenda. When they align with these companies, they're going to just rock with these companies. They're going to rock with them. It's the best in their interest because they're getting free gear. Salute EASKI, you're dropping jewels that transcends the music. Thank you, Stu. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. You know I have to say that if you are quick to buy trash, then you are not a person of value. That's all I'm saying. Can't wait to hear the new Ice Cube and EASKI. Oh man, if you heard the little snippet, I put a little snippet of a song me and Cube just did for my album. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, man. So y'all get a chance, go check out the snippet. It's on my stories on IG. Go check that out and go see what it do. So yeah, man, I just want to share that with y'all. Shout out to the brother, what is his name? King, is it King Music? I think it's _ King Music. That was a dope post he posted on YouTube, and it was definitely the truth, you know? And I love to hear cats talk like that. It's like, man, I can't be concerned with stuff like that. He's concerned about sonics. I love cats that talk because it's true. That's what makes the culture go around is sonics, having great sonics. We've all heard Michael Jackson stories about how Michael Jackson was trying to get a certain sound. And I remember this one engineer was saying Michael Jackson was looking for this sound and he heard this bang. He's like, what's that? Oh, that's it. He was all about sound. You're talking about the greatest performer, singer in the world concerned about sound. Michael Jackson could have been like, hey, man, you know, hey, I want that machine with the lights on it. He never was talking like that. He was talking about, how do I get the best sound? How do my stuff sound big? When I go in concert, I want that to just illuminate out. Like, he was always about sound. Son, salute, bro. Salute. It's crazy how people don't hear the difference. They don't want to hear the difference, bro. People don't want to hear. You got to remember, half the people that do music now, and I told somebody this the other, I told Primo this before we did our live. I said, half the people that do music now, they don't do music because they really do music. They do music because they see it. Everything is about seeing. Oh, I see this, I see that. They don't hear it. That's why if you play, even if you play an example of something that sounds better, they won't hear it. They're like, well, that sounds the same to me. Because their hearing is not good. You know, one thing you got to do with music is you have to train your hearing. That's why you pay the big bucks to the big mix engineers that work on their hearing. That's all they've done their whole life is hear frequency, hear sound. They can hear when something sounds like, oh man, that's just a little muddy. The average person like, that sounds fine to me. No, that doesn't sound fine. You can't hear that mud? No, that sounds perfectly fine to me. Well, that makes sense on why your records sound the way they sound. You can't hear it. It makes total sense to me. If you can't hear it, then you can't hear it. But the problem is, if somebody's telling you, hey, bro, that's a little muddy, and you keep telling them it ain't, when they're telling you it is, then that means that you're not even humble enough to even go try to figure out and ask more professional opinions if you're in the right direction or if you're in the wrong direction. The stubbornness is what generation we in. People are stubborn. They feel like there's no, put it like this here, there's no risk. When you have all of these convenient things, there's no money risk now. Nobody has to really spend money to make music no more. So when you don't really have to spend that much money to throw out product, you just keep throwing it out until something happens. See, when we came over the era, you had to spend money. We couldn't take that risk. It's like, man, I don't have no money to keep doing this over and over again. That's why we learned quicker, because we knew that it was money involved. Like, dude, I can't waste my money, because if I blow this mix, I got to come back and spend some more money to do it all over again. Where now you can just go back to Pro Tools, and you can keep making shitty mixes over and over and over again, because there's no money at stake. That's why the game is where it is. Nobody has to put nothing on the line. When there's something on the line that you can really lose, that's when you'll start changing your ways. You're like, hey, man, I can't afford to lose this, bro. I can't afford for this mix to be. Think about it like this here. Every time you dropped a record and the record didn't sonically sound good and they was just taking equity out of your house, like, okay, this is 10,000 of equity coming out of your house because you dropped a whack record. If you was in a position where you kept losing, you going to start having to do stuff to start winning, because you're not going to be able to afford to keep taking those losses. Music today and technology has allowed anybody to do it. So there's really no risk at keep on dropping weak music out there. There's no investment in it. So this is why these companies understand. Most people don't want to spend no money, so we'll just keep giving them these type of things, give you calculators, give you this, give you that, give you this, and we'll even step it up and fool them and give them stuff that's expensive, and it still don't do nothing for you. They figured it out. They figured out the minds of people that do music. People are more ambitious than wanting to really be successful. Being ambitious and wanting to be successful are two different things. You can be ambitious and just get a bunch of gear and just love having it and it make you feel good, but you're not doing nothing with it. You're not learning how to make it take you to another level. You got to make your gear take you to the next level, or else you're just sitting on gear and it just means nothing. It means nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I've seen people have mixed councils and they just have it. It just looks good, but the stuff they put through it just don't sound good. But they got it. Problem is, if other tone deaf people support them, they won't correct themselves, right? we're going to have to do a little consult and come up with a plan of the best 500 series to fill the lunchbox for the Triton. I got a plan, but Def would love to run it by you. It's all good, bro. You know I got your back, bro. You can hit me for anything, bro. Anytime you can hit me, let me know. Consultation. I'll tell you whatever you need. You know, I got a lot of stuff that I definitely recommend for us 500 series stuff. You know, I'm the coolest dude to talk to, bro. When it comes to trying to help you and to try to help you get in the right direction, give you the stuff that, you know, like when you hear stuff I do and you're like, ooh, that sounds good. I'll tell you exactly what I used. I'll tell you exactly, like, I don't really hide nothing. I had this comment. You know who hit me last night, y'all? Dr. Dre's mailman. Man, he was playing some heat too, by the way. Shout out to my brother Mailman, man. He was playing some heat, you know. And he was even telling me, man, Ski, man, you got to stop telling them all this information, man. You got to stop telling them all that. They just need to learn on their own. You see, a lot of cats don't feel that y'all deserve this information, man. I'm just being honest with y'all. A lot of people don't feel y'all deserve this information. And sometimes when I be on here, I said, you know what, Mailman, you might be right. But then when I pray to God, he was like, you know what, Ski, it's okay, man. Share the information, man. Share it. They might not deserve it, but you don't deserve mercy neither. And I give you mercy. So you got to make a choice, you know? Do I feel y'all deserve it? Not really. But God say, man, we got to share. So I do what I need to do. But it's a hard job trying to share information when people just are so stubborn to get the information, especially when it comes from somebody that's credible. It's crazy that you could be credible and you still fighting against people that's done nothing. It's crazy. But that's the world we in. People will listen to the ones that have done nothing before the people that's credible, and then they wonder why they losing in life. They wonder why they depressed. They wonder why they not moving forward. Because you just want to listen to the ones that make you feel comfortable. You got the homie that know you musty, and he won't even tell you musty. He'll just be like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'll wait till somebody else tell me he musty. Them the type of friends y'all got that won't even be truthful with you. Maximus, thank you for the super chat, my brother. Nothing but love. Hold on, let me read what you're saying. When you spend around $3,000 to print your album and anxiety sits in, only then you start demanding the best sound you can find. Money talk. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. You got one of your homies and he's musty. You don't want to say he musty. Hey man, bro. See, I'm a different beast, man. I pulled you. Hey man, come on, bro. You ain't put no deodorant on today, homie? Oh, what do you mean? Bro, you musty. Get back in there and put some, man, we can't be riding like that. See, that's who I am to y'all. I'm trying to get us to ride together so we can go do great things. And you got the other people that's just gonna let y'all be musty. And they laughing at you. They just laughing. People love to laugh behind your back. They love to laugh behind your back. They get a kick out of that. Nobody don't want to be real with people no more. That's why everybody is so, I don't want to say nothing, man. I don't want to say, man, come on, man. That's why people don't tell you the truth. Nobody want to feel like they're the bad guy telling the truth. You know what I mean? They just don't want to tell you the truth, man. They don't want to tell you the truth. So, you know, you got to deal with that. If that's the kind of people you're around, then you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with that type of energy, man. You're going to have to deal with that type of energy. If you don't have people that's going to be around say, hey, man, this could be better, homie. People don't even want to tell people their music suck. People be posting stuff up, man, be trash. They be putting fire. It's like, bro, come on, man. Yeah, so, you know, that's what's up, man. So shout out to everybody, man. I heard what an SB1200 does to an 808 hi-hat cymbal when you pitch it down. Let me see. And I like that. Hey, Listy, can the SP2400 give the same sonic A listing as the 1200 when sampling an 808? I've never tried it, bro. I use my S2400 a little bit different than I use my SP1200. You know, I like on the S2400, I like using the live looper. I have a lot of fun using the live looper because I can just put some ideas down. I just use my S2400 totally different than I used than my SPSC. So you might need to ask somebody that does that with the 2400. You know what I'm saying? I don't use it like that. You know. So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I just want to give a big shout out to everybody, man. Tell you my thoughts on, you know what I'm saying, what I feel about, you know, the Akai stems. Nothing wrong with it. I guess it's, you know, it's definitely another tool. And if y'all want to use the tool, it's cool, but it's nothing to write home about. It's nothing to you know, get your pennies in a bunch about. It's just another stem that's going to have artifacts that you're going to still have to figure out how to have good converters and something that's going to make it sound better, because all of the artifacts is in there, you know. So I mean, I don't get it, you know. I don't get it. It goes back to my conversation. What type of stuff we gonna process it with to make it sound good? After you have it, what you gonna do to make it sound good? That's the question now. Let's just say you go get it or you got it. What are you gonna do to make it sound good? So that's the question, you know. And if you have that answer, then it's all good. It's all good. Then you're on the right path. But if you don't have the answer and you getting it because it's just to be talked about, then you're going in the wrong direction, man. Because every time you get something, you need to know how you're gonna make it sound good in the finished product. How's the finished product gonna sound? How is the finished product gonna sound? So 100 just heard the Ice Cube clip. Bananas. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I told you listen, man. Everybody that's hearing little snippets, I've just been playing y'all little snippets and stuff. I'm not playing, man. It's gonna be crazy. When I drop this album, I'm gonna show you the power of sonics. Y'all, we talking sonics now, but you gonna see. Are you gonna use the stem tools, EA? I do. I already use, like I say, I use Serato samples. You know, I use it here and there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes what I do a lot of times, I might strip the stems out just to hear the pattern of something I like, or the drums, you know, just to hear what's all in there. And then I might want to just reduplicate that. So stripping the stems out allow me to hear everything that's in the stems, but I don't necessarily use the stems to sample. I'll use the stems to sample to hear all the melodies and stuff, and then I might recreate it live, you know, replay everything. So my workflow is different. I'm not necessarily trying to use the stems to incorporate in my product. I use the stem separation so I can hear the elements that was in the songs, like, oh, that's how they played that bass line. Oh, okay, if I played it like this or reflipped it like that, like I use it for a different, I use my music for a different reason. You dig what I'm saying? Bolo producer did a video using it, and it didn't sound bad separating the stems. And like I said again, a lot of the stuff that stems don't sound bad, but it still has artifacts in it. Like, you're never going to get one that just sounds super perfectly, because I mean, it's still separating stems from you know, breaking stuff up. But my thing is that's cool. You use it as a tool. I use it as a tool. I'm just tripping at the fact that, I mean, that's been done. You know, like, that's cool. They introducing it. You know what I'm saying? But people ask me like, man, what do you think about it? I don't have a thought about it. I've been using it. I've been using Serato samples. So why would I get excited about that? It is what it is. It's like, okay, cool. Nothing to write home about. That's not going to change my production. That's not going to make my production no better. Definitely not sonically. So it's just a tool. And if y'all can use the tool and it helps, then cool. But just know, when you use stuff like that, you still gonna have to know how to dial in the frequencies and make it sound as good as it can sound. You're still gonna have to come back to doing some things to process it to make it sound dope. Period. Don't matter what you do. Because it ain't gonna just automatically sound dope. It's just gonna sound like, okay, I can use this. This sound a little bit better than this. Some things you stem out ain't gonna sound as good as something else. based upon the phrasing of what's being sampled and brought out. There's some things you're like, I can't use that. That don't sound good at all. It's just a tool, and it's a hit or miss on certain things. I'm just being honest. I've stemmed some stuff. I'm like, that ain't it. I can't use that. That don't sound good at all to me. And then there's some things like, oh, that came out pretty good. It's you never know what you're gonna get when you use that. That's what I'm saying, Maximus. How about just play the stems over? I've just been saying that. Why don't you just hire some musicians and really get your stems, get some real stems, take what you do and do an interpolation and really have separation. That's real stemming. Play it over and have real stems where it sonically sound good. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. Tyrone, what's up with it, homie? Thanks for the super chat. Why won't they come with the drum separator along with all the rest? And good morning. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. I mean, man, I hear you, bro. I definitely hear you. You know, it's like I'm a firm believer. If I hear a sample, I'm gonna try to replay it because I know that my stuff is gonna sound way better if I get my live drums playing it, if I got my bass playing it, guitar, and I really can make it sound big. You know, I mean, that's a real big reason on why we love Dr. Dre. You know, I remember hearing, of course, you know, heard California Love, but when I first heard that sample, I heard it from EPMD, that boom. I first heard that sample from EPMD, which was dope because they sampled it. But when I heard Dre do California Love, and it was all replay, I was like, oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's a big difference between sampling and replaying that sample. The dynamics is just, it's ridiculous. You listen to the EPMD version, fire. If you're going for that grimy feel and you know that's the feel you're going for, then that's perfect because that was a dope record. But I like the sonics. I like the sonics. I like when I'm in the car. See, I'm from California. I'm from Oakland, California. If you ain't hitting in the cars, bro, you might as well go home. So we got to have the cars. Boom, pop, boom. I can't have stuff muffled and distorted. That's not going to fly, man. That's not going to fly. Having my stuff not sounding superiorly sonic is not going to fly over here, man. It's not going to fly. We just don't play like that. So, with that being said, you get into the mind of why I think about music on a sonic level. That's been my career. That has been the success. People know, oh, Ski gonna drop something sonically, gonna be crazy. That kicking them snares, it's gonna hit your. You want to be known for making stuff that have presence and dominance. You know, it's easy to make stuff that's muffled because you don't have to really know what you're doing. And I think that's what a lot of people are saying is that I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm comfortable having stuff that don't have presence. I'm comfortable with not having it sound that good. A lot of people are saying that because they are not invested in trying to go to professionals to make their stuff sound good. They're invested in just doing it at home, being comfortable, and not paying no more money than the little equipment they got. And they're comfortable just never having their stuff sound as superior as it should sound. And those are the ones that have a problem with this conversation. They don't care about sound. They just care about working less than 5 minutes, putting something together and making something, playing it for their homies, posting it on their group page and be like, woo, you heard that? And they cool and they can do that for the rest of their life till they die. They comfortable with that. And I'm not comfortable with that. I don't make music to just sit in my computer. I don't make music just to put it on the group so you can say, woo! I make music to sell. I make music for people to be like, man, I gotta have that. I gotta have that. I got people right now hitting me about just a little 30-second snippet I posted with me and Ice Cube. It's just 30 seconds. Ski, when that coming out? I need that. I need that. When you're making music, you make music so people can be a fan of it, so people will want. And then when you make great music, that eliminates the streaming. because people want to purchase now. They don't want to stream it. I need that. That's what music is about. You want to have people that want it. So that's the message for today, man. I love y'all. I hope this message inspires you and you get the best out of this message. Don't listen to the part that make you feel insecure. Listen to the message of what I'm trying to teach far as we have to be on a sonic movement. You know, workflow is cool. I love workflow stuff just like the next person. If I can get something in workflow, but it still has to be sonic first, workflow second, because the people hear sound. They don't hear workflow. They don't hear that. They hear sound. And if you're not making the best sounding stuff, then it's just like having a DVD. We look at it. If you got a good looking movie, then you're going to be more prone to look at it. If you got a DVD bootleg movie, the cat went to the movie theater and filmed it on his camera and then put it on DVD and sold it to you, you're going to be a little bit upset seeing all the pencilated, seeing a person run through the crowd, have his popcorn in his hand, coming across the scene with Denzel Washington. You're like, man, why that dude holding that popcorn coming across the screen? Because you got a bootleg. You got a bootleg. People are bootlegging their music. People are just not doing it at a high level. And you know what comes along with that? You know, if you cheat the people are going to just say, okay, I'm going to cheat you out of what you could do. So that's where it's at. You know what I mean? You know, because I'd be mad if I bought a DVD that I thought would look good and all of a sudden I seen a person stand up with his popcorn and his baby in his hand, his baby, yeah! And Denzel Washington is coming on and it's the Equalizer 3 and I just see people walking through up and down the stairs with popcorn and drinks through my DVD. I'd be hot. I'd be hot. There's no way I'm going to watch a DVD, a bootleg DVD. There's just no way I can do it. That is the most annoying thing. So why do y'all don't think sound don't matter there? Why do you think people want to hear a muffled record? Very high boosted up limiter on your stuff, but your stuff sound thin, the kick sounds small. Why do you think people want to hear that? Why? Why? Why do you think people want to hear that? If you don't want to see a bootleg DVD, then why would people want a bootleg record? Something to think about, man. Something to think about. That ain't right, bro. Big Sauce, you know that ain't right. I'm sitting up here watching a DVD and Denzel Washington come across the screen. I'm like, oh, Denzel about to kick it. And then all of a sudden, this dude stand up and he got butter dripping down with the popcorn in his hand. Right in front of the screen, standing up while Denzel about to go in to say something dope. You got a female come in, her weave fall off right in front of in the DVD while I'm watching it. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me put my weave back on while I'm trying to watch the DVD. Man, come on, man. I thought I was watching a real movie, man, and I got a bootleg. She yelling in the background, hey, tell your kid to shut up while I'm watching a DVD. Y'all remember those bootleg DVDs y'all used to buy? And you used to see 16 people run across the screen right in front of the screen while the screen go. You're like, what the hell is this? That's the type of music y'all putting out. Bootleg. Y'all don't care about the sound. Y'all care about workflows and stems. That's the same equivalent. You got babies crying in your music. You got weaves falling out in your music. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all to be ashamed of yourselves. That's not right, man. Come on, man. We got to stop that, man. Man, I ain't going to lie, man. This dude sold me a DVD. Said, oh, man, this DVD is dope, man. It's raw. I went home and I watched it. Man, when I seen that dude drop that popcorn and his head went up and went down, and I'm like, what? Oh, man, what's going on? I was upset. I was upset. I thought I had a real movie. I said, come on, man. You got me. You got me. I gave you my money and you got me. You gave me this type of... So you basically took your camera to the movie theater and sat there and filmed the whole movie, and you even filmed the people walking across the screen, and you sold it to me. That's wicked, man. That's how I feel y'all doing with y'all music. Y'all just selling us this stuff that just ain't right, man. It ain't right, man. And if you ain't gonna do it right, I look at y'all just like I look at a DVD, man. That's not right. You selling me bootleg? Come on, man. He didn't even take the time to edit the people out. Popcorn falling down, babies crying, weaves coming out, hairs. Ugh. I guess. If y'all happy with it. Thumb drive. EASKI at Outlook.com. Go get on the list. They going fast. Real talk. Go get it. The thumb drive. 64 dope. New EASKI 2024 drums and the new acoustic drums. Ski acoustic drums. 64. 128 samples. Go get on the list. They going quick, y'all. Real talk. I'm not making no more neither. I'm not making no more. I'm telling y'all now, I'm not making no more. So if you want to get on the list, get on the list now. I'm not making any more, y'all. All right? Love y'all. And the drums are crazy. And y'all know how I work. You know I'm not going to sell y'all nothing that don't sound good. That ain't going to happen. I take this stuff seriously. All right, man. I love y'all. The almighty EASKI, and I'm out.